if you're a business owner with under 10 employees, you need to try out PostHog. So it's an analytics platform like Google, but 10 times better. And I'm going to explain why. So I actually just found out about it like last week because I had this post go viral. We've decided to make less money, but part one. And they slashed costs like 80% for a lot of the paid plans, as in it you still pay the same, but you get way more out of the plan. But even the free plan, I think any business under 10 employees, unless you're getting a huge amount of traffic, like you run an app, you're self employed, whatever, you're going to be fine just using this for free. And it's just amazing what you can get on a free plan. So, one, first of all, it's easier than Google. So it's just like, it just looks beautiful. It's less messy, but it's also more relevant than Google. So the things you see in Google Analytics, like I have a problem with that because it's not really ideal for the small business, the 1 to 10 employee business. They don't need to see a lot of the stuff in Google Analytics. And honestly, I think it makes a lot of business owners hesitant to even use it, which is a big mistake because it's like it's much better to use something a little than to try to use it a lot and end up using it not at all. And that's the thing with analytics. Everyone's like, "Oh, how will this actually make me money?" Well, of course, if you're not looking at analytics ever, it's going to affect your bottom line, like for sure. And so this daily active users, weekly active, retention, growth accounting, referring domain, page view funnel. And you can play around with the dashboard. This is just the default. But they have a couple other things that are really impressive to me. So Hotjar is the number one recording platform. I used to pay for it, and basically I would get screen recordings of how people use my website. So I run Omnius Web Development, and yeah, I would be able to see how people are interacting with the website. So the red thing you see is the cursor, and this is a 6-minute visit to my website. They start scrolling. Anyways, it seems like they click. What do they click? Oh, they leave. Oh, okay. But it's amazing because it's free. So you get all this important data, you get the screen recordings, and I've been trying to think like, okay, what's the con? And honestly, I think the only con is the marketing. Like open source product operating system, that sucks, right? And then even on LinkedIn, which is a lot less technical than Y Combinator, it sort of makes sense that they would call it this or have this subheading in Y Combinator. But on LinkedIn, I think this just reflects that their marketing isn't ideal, but their product is amazing. Like I can't really find any cons with their product. It's just they're not maybe the best at packaging all this and getting it out there. But I think within a year or two, everyone's gonna know about PostHog because the product is just that good. And honestly, I always thought that every product or service in this space in the entry level was sort of already made, right? Like, doesn't it feel like there's nothing new out there? Everything's sort of a repackaging of something that already exists. But this actually impressed me because they did something almost impossible. They um, added complexity while making it simpler. So, what I mean by that is they added stuff like screen recordings, which Google Analytics doesn't have, but they made it simpler because they added a lot of stuff. They removed a lot of stuff that Google Analytics has that you really don't need. And so it just really gives you the core of what you need to analyze how people are using your website or your app. You get the visitor data, you get retention data, which Google Analytics has, but it's not like a big focus. Um, and then you get the screen recordings, and then also you get the A/B testing, which I think Mutiny HQ, they have like a raccoon as a mascot. They're the number one in doing these A/B tests, and you can do these for free. And Mutiny, you're paying like $100 a month. So the things you can do with this is actually insane at the price they're asking for. And that's why I say if you're a business owner under 10 employees, use it because it's going to be free. Even above 10 employees, like you got to check it out because the product is just amazing. I just guarantee you haven't heard about it because the marketing is quite weak. Sorry, but the product really is a 10 out of 10. And so, yeah, if you want some help implementing PostHog onto your website, I can definitely help you with that. Just reach out to me on LinkedIn or my website, and I'll just bill you like $1,000. No, I'm just kidding, like $100. I'll get this set up for you. And yeah, we can start playing around with it.